I finally finished my Invisalign treatment, but was it worth it? Stay tuned. I'm at my orthodontist right now to get the attachments removed from my upper teeth, the attachments that hold the Invisalign in place. So very excited to finally get these off. Hey everyone, it's Holly. And yes, after 2 years of having Invisalign, I am finally done with the treatment. I am finally done with having to wear the Invisalign trays all day long, having to switch them out weekly. I am done with having my teeth be moved around, with my bite being fixed. Everything is finally done and I am so relieved. In this video, I want to share with you everything that I have learned having Invisalign for 2 years. I want to share pros and cons. I want to share with you what it actually did to my teeth and overall, was it worth it? At least for me. I hope that this video is helpful for you out there. If you are thinking about getting in the Invisalign treatment, I hope that this gives you a little bit more of an understanding of what to expect from getting it. Let me dive right into it. Now, first of all, why did I get Invisalign? Were my teeth that bad and crooked? That is the question I get asked the most by people that I know personally, people that I see on a regular basis. They would say, I never noticed that your teeth were bad at all. Your teeth always look fine to me. And it's true, my teeth were not that bad. There was definitely some teeth I wanted to fix, but overall, I don't think really anyone could tell that my teeth were that bad. I mean, maybe if people stare at teeth, they would have noticed, but it was things that I always noticed. It was things that I just really wanted to fix. But beyond just fixing crooked teeth, my bite was always really off. My bite, I could tell, was just not right. And I think it was important that I get the bite fixed. There was 2 reasons really for going through this treatment. Real quick, I want to show you what my teeth looked like before. Looking at this, you can see that my teeth were not perfect. There was room for improvement, and I just felt that I wanted to get these teeth aligned properly. Now I'm going to show you what Invisalign actually did. You can see here's the before, and this is the after. That is how it got changed now. You definitely could see the difference. You could see that Invisalign did work. It did make my teeth look nicer, the way that they lay, and overall it corrected my bite. That part of it, yes, it did actually work, and I am super grateful for it. I am super grateful that now I just have a more confident smile, and I really am happy that I don't have the teeth that I had previously, at least the shape of the teeth I had previously. That is what it actually did from beginning to end. Now, I gotta say, I was slightly disappointed. Now you're probably thinking like, what is your problem? You're not happy with it? Only because this is what I was originally shown the teeth were going to look like. And you could see that these were the original computerized pictures that they showed. This is really what I was expecting them to look like. So it didn't exactly get that perfect. If you are visiting an orthodontist and they are showing you this is what your teeth are going to look like, don't expect it to look exactly like that. Just expect it to look better than what it was previously, but not necessarily exactly like what they're going to show you, because there's no way of knowing if the teeth are going to move exactly like that. Now, seeing how the teeth and the bite got corrected, you're probably thinking that I am happy with my treatment. And I will say that yes, I am happy for the fact that they look so much better. That part of the review is going to be a plus, that they do work. Now, are they going to work as fast as the orthodontist is going to say? Not really. I was told that I would have the Invisalign in for a year. And after that year was up, I knew that I was not going to be done anytime soon. I knew that the treatment was going to continue. I didn't know how long, and that was definitely frustrating for me. I had in my mind that I only had to do it for a year and it was over. But after a year, there was teeth that were still not moving. And if I really wanted this to have a good outcome, I had to stick it out and just continue with the treatment, however long that they told me it was going to be. But then it went to a year and a half and there were still teeth that were not moving. Of course, it was my choice if I wanted to continue with the treatment. And I said, yes, I do want to fix these teeth if at all possible, but not even knowing if they were really ever going to move. While the top teeth were not done, the bottom teeth were actually done. They were all straight. They were exactly where they needed to be. And they said I could be done with the bottom teeth treatment and that I would only have to wear those trays at night. So being done with the bottom actually made a huge difference. I know it doesn't seem like it's that big of a difference because obviously the top teeth are the ones that are going to show more, but it makes a difference having the Invisalign in your mouth all day, because when you're wearing a top tray and a bottom tray, it really does crowd your mouth. When I had to only wear the top tray and not deal with the bottom one, it definitely felt better. It made it easier too, taking it out for when I had to eat, not having to have the bottom and the top to deal with. Believe it or not, it really does make a difference when you have one tray in there versus two. But I still had to wear the top tray for about another 6 months after that. It was really about getting just two of my teeth to move. And those two teeth are the laterals. If you're not familiar with what lateral teeth are, they are the top teeth that are second in. You have your middle teeth, and right next to that are going to be the lateral teeth. I don't know what it is about those teeth, but that is what the orthodontist said. He said they are the most stubborn teeth to move. Eventually, they did move ever so slightly. I thought they would move a little bit more, but they were right where the orthodontist said they needed to be. And I was finally done. I was finally able to complete the whole thing. You're probably wondering, what's the big deal? It's Invisalign. You do not have braces on your teeth. Why does it matter if you have to do the treatment longer? It's true, while I don't have actual metal braces or even the clear braces with the metal wire on my teeth, I still had stuff on my teeth during the whole treatment. I shared with this on my very first video when I first got Invisalign, is that they had to put these little clear tabs on each of my teeth. The orthodontist called these buttons or attachments. My husband called them pucks, but you can see they are these clear little bumps that are pretty much like having clear braces. Hardly anyone ever noticed them, but I always noticed them, especially if we took any pictures and they were close up. You can see that I had all these attachments on my teeth. When they took the attachments off of the bottom teeth 6 months earlier, it felt so nice. It was truly a relief to not have them anymore. The bottom ones always felt very sharp to me, and once they came off, it felt so smooth in my mouth on those bottom teeth. And then obviously, once the top ones were removed just recently, it felt amazing. And I just love not having that stuff on my teeth anymore. It's the same feeling as having braces. They don't always put attachments on there. It just depends on what they're trying to do with moving your teeth, with reshaping things. And then I understand that it goes along with adult teeth. So I'm not even sure that they do that with kids' teeth. They might only put them on the back teeth, if anything, just to hold the Invisalign in place. Anyways, that had been my journey, and the whole process took exactly 2 years. I got the attachments removed a week ago, and now I only have to wear the retainers, which is basically the same thing as wearing the Invisalign, but I only have to wear it at nighttime, and that is just to prevent my teeth from shifting and going back to the way they were, or at least getting messed up again. I don't think they would go back to exactly the way they were. Now, what are the pros and cons with having Invisalign? You're probably thinking, yeah, it's a little annoying having those attachments on your teeth, but what is truly so bad about wearing Invisalign all day? The number one negative thing about wearing Invisalign is the eating and drinking part of it. Because when you are wearing the Invisalign trays, and you're supposed to be wearing them almost all day long, is you cannot eat or drink when you have the trays in. Anytime that I wanted to eat a meal or even have a cup of coffee, I had to go and take the trays out. Now, I know you might be thinking, what's the big deal? So you take the trays out, you eat, you drink, you put them back in. Well, I personally always felt like I wanted to rinse them out, because I know this is kind of gross, but you take them out and there's saliva on them. And I wanted to be able to rinse them out. It is a big deal when you're going to eat. It's an extra step. Now, if I'm home, it's not that big a deal, because I could always just go to my bathroom, rinse them out, put them in a tray, and then come back, brush my teeth, and put them back in. But if I was out, say at a restaurant or gone all day, it was always such an ordeal. Right before I was gonna eat or even have a snack, I had to go find a bathroom to rinse them out. And I always had to make sure I brought a case to put them in, because I didn't just want to wrap them up in a tissue or a napkin, because I didn't want to forget about it, accidentally throw them away. So there was just so much that was involved with any time I wanted to eat or drink. And that definitely took away from being spontaneous. If I was out and I wanted to get maybe an ice iced coffee. I knew that it would be a whole thing where I'd have to take out the trays. So it was definitely a challenge when it came to eating and drinking. Honestly, that is why I don't want my own kids to have Invisalign, because I don't want them to have to deal with all the hassle of pulling them out to eat or drink. I mean, my kids are grown fast and they snack throughout the day, so I know that it'll be hard for them to keep an Invisalign in and deal with that part of it. And with that being said, it was hard to take vacations with Invisalign because we're always on the go. We're always snacking and getting food here and there, eating out. I found the first time I took Invisalign on a trip, it was a pain. Thankfully, my orthodontist told me maybe a quarter of the way into my treatment that on vacations, I did not have to wear the Invisalign all day long. In fact, he encouraged me to not wear them when I went on vacations, to enjoy my trip, to enjoy my time away, and only wear them at night. While that's great, I could do that all the time, right? But when I did go on a trip and I only wore them at night, that meant I just had to wear that set of trays an extra week or however long the trip was. So it extended the whole treatment. It wasn't always the best to leave them out. It's great that it's an option to leave them out when I wanted to, but I was always encouraged to wear them all day long. I mean, as long as I could. You basically only take them out to brush your teeth and to eat or drink. The longer I could leave them in during the day, the quicker my treatment was over. So I kept them in as much as possible, except for vacations. And then also if I had a headache. If I had a really bad headache one day, I would just take it out because I always felt like the tightening of the teeth and stuff maybe made the headache worse. That's another thing. But obviously that's better than braces, right? Because you can't take the braces off. That is my biggest con when it comes to wearing Invisalign is the eating and drinking. If you want to hear some other reasons why, you could check out the video or videos I've done previously on the pros and cons of wearing them. But now I do want to get into the pros. The pros are, it is not braces. It is not having the braces that everyone sees, even those invisible braces, you could still see the metal wire. Yes, I did have the invisible dots that only really I saw, and I could also floss. Flossing with braces is a pain. It is so much easier to floss with having Invisalign because when you have braces, you have to thread the floss in. Takes a lot longer to do. I feel like people with braces half the time do not want to floss at all, but with Invisalign, you don't have to worry about that. And I think too, when people get braces, they feel this way, is I brush more. Definitely brushed more than I ever did before I got the Invisalign treatment because I did not want to put the Invisalign trays back in after I ate food or even drank something because I felt like stuff was sitting on my teeth. And it was just the idea of sticking these trays back in with dirty teeth. So this really encouraged me to brush more. I had only been a nighttime brusher pretty much my whole life. But once I was doing the Invisalign, I would brush every morning after I had my cup of coffee. I would brush almost every day after lunch. And then of course in the evening, right after dinner. I really feel like this kept my teeth a lot cleaner. And every single dentist visit I had, they have said my teeth look really good. And my dentist, I'm sure, knew there had been a change in my brushing schedule because they really saw improvement. I don't know if people would be as motivated as I was with Invisalign brushing more often, but it definitely put me in a routine of brushing at least twice a day. And now I am still brushing twice a day, even being done with the treatment. I want to say that that was just a really great thing that came along with this whole thing, was it got me in the habit of brushing every morning as well as every evening. Now I want to say another pro, and this goes back to the eating and drinking. Because I had the Invisalign trays in all throughout the day, it kept me from snacking. It kept me away from like nibbling on things here and there. As fun as it would be to be spontaneous and go and get a snack or a fun drink while I'm out, it really kept me away from a lot of those empty calories that I didn't actually need. It put me in a habit of not snacking so much. And I think that is definitely a great weight loss program, I guess. I don't know if I really lost tons of weight from it, but overall it was a good routine of, like I said, brushing, eating, and snacking throughout the day as much. If you want to look at it that way, if you possibly are thinking about getting Invisalign, you can see that as being a pro. Now I'm gonna go back to a con real quick, and this isn't so much against Invisalign, but it is with adults getting their teeth fixed versus kids getting their teeth fixed. I learned throughout this whole process that adult teeth are a lot more difficult to move than the kids' teeth are. My orthodontist told me this, as well as some of the assistants that work there. It is just common knowledge that the older you get, it can be really hard to move your teeth. I don't want to say that to frustrate you out there if you are older and you have been wanting to fix some teeth, but just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind that there might be some challenges with moving certain teeth. I definitely learned that throughout my procedure because, like I said, I was only supposed to be done within a year, but it was the stubborn old teeth of mine that would not budge. And some I seriously felt budged a little, but did not budge as much as I wanted them to. If any of you have kids out there, get their teeth fixed now. Do not let them be responsible to do it when they are adults because their teeth are going to move much easier right now while they are young. I'm trying to encourage my own kids right now as we are entering that phase of getting their teeth fixed that they need to be really good about the aftercare of when they get their teeth fixed. So obviously we have years till they get to that point. I mentioned this before in my first video when I first got Invisalign. I had braces as a teenager. I had them for over a year and a half, and when they came off, they looked straight, they looked good. I was happy with it, but I did not keep up with wearing my retainer. And honestly, I think I only had a top retainer. I never even had a bottom retainer. And those are the teeth that got really jagged. That is why I had to correct my teeth later in life. I probably could have prevented a lot. Maybe if I would have continued wearing my retainer, I don't know. I remember I didn't even have a good orthodontist back when I was a teenager. Who knows? I probably still would have had this treatment. I am only sharing this because I just want to help you understand what to expect if you are an adult, and I'm not even sure which age exactly that the teeth start getting more stubborn, but if you are an adult thinking about getting your teeth fixed, I think it is possible to get them fixed, but it might take longer than you're going to be told it's going to take. Like I said, I was told a year, it took 2 years. Keep that in mind when you go see an orthodontist and get your consultation. Know that they might tell you one thing, but it might be another. Anyways, I hope I covered everything here. I wanted to just share what to expect, pros, cons, and was I happy overall? As you can see, I am happy. I am happy, one, that it's over, and I'm happy with the results compared to what they used to be. I don't think my teeth look exactly perfect. I obviously have some stained teeth that I'm hoping to do a whitening treatment with my dentist maybe in the next year, but there's such a great change. And the fact that I don't have those attachments anymore, even better. Anyways, I hope that this video was helpful. I hope that it answered your questions. If you are thinking about getting them, I definitely recommend going and seeing an orthodontist. Go see a couple of them, get different quotes. Also, stick with an orthodontist. Don't go through a dentist. I know that certain dentists do Invisalign, but it is going to be worth it to go through an orthodontist. Not because I have experience going through both, but that is just what I've been told, and I wanted to just pass on that advice. If you enjoyed this video or got any value out of it, please hit the like button. Thank you so much for watching, and may you have a beautiful day.